Hi everyone, it's me, Beata Kelly Sunflower. So I thought I'd hop on and show you one of my latest tarot decks, and this is called Tarot for All Ages. So let's read the back of the box. Explore the world of tarot. If you don't already think of yourself as an expert storyteller, you soon will, with simple card summaries, re-imaged characters and child-friendly illustrations. The 78 cards and guidebook will teach beginners of all ages how to use tarot cards for self-awareness and reflection. Share the adventure with your friends and family as you discover, heal and create your own stories together. And this is written and illustrated by Elizabeth Haidle. So let's take a look at this. It's in a really gorgeous two-part box. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? So this deck didn't come with all the usual kind of like plastic packaging, which to me is quite good for the environment. It comes with a guidebook and the cards. Okay, so let's have a look at the guidebook first. Tarot for All Ages, guidance to help you on your journey. Let's see how many pages this guidebook has got. Don't think it's actually numbered, but let's go through it. So this deck was published in 2021. Yeah, if you are holding this book right now, then you must have a deep sense of curiosity. If you don't already think of yourself as an expert storyteller, you soon will. Why tarot decks have historically been used for a variety of purposes, from card games to fortune telling. Modern decks can be used for self-awareness and self-healing. As you explore the cards, they will help you navigate your way through life's ups and downs. Although the cards in the Tarot of All Ages are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the most widely used in recent history, they have been redesigned to reflect current times and better serve all age groups. The re-imaged characters of the major arcana portray a wide variety of human identities and experiences. Cards that are sometimes thought of as negative or scary have been renamed to reflect their core meaning. The Hangman card has become surrender, while the Lovers card has shifted to unity. The King, Queen, Knight and Page cards with their assumed genders have been updated to Sage, Guardian, Steward and Apprentice. Whether you are just starting on your tarot journey or have some experience, Tarot of All Ages will teach itself to you over time. You'll add your own meanings to the images in this deck as you explore the unfolding story of your life. So it gives you an introduction to the major arcana, the minor arcana, and here it kind of gives you a few words for the suit. So the Pentacles, it says environment, practicality, grounding. Wands, action, growth, inspiration. Swords, perspective, belief, decisions. Cups, emotion, imagination and intuition. It then tells you how to kind of like read tarot cards, and it gives you a few spreads here. So it's got a one-person spread, and it's got like a 3-card spread. So it's got the insight spread, and it's got here, use this spread to look at how a project or a challenge or a friendship might develop over time. And the first card is what has been happening recently. Second card is how does the situation look at the moment. And the third card is how might this develop in the future. Then there's the spiral spread, which is 5 cards. And this spread is useful when you want to know the best way to solve a problem. So the first card is what's increasing in your life. The second card is what is decreasing in your life. The third card is what may be hidden from view right now. The fourth card is how might assistance arrive. And the fifth card is what is the desired outcome. Then you've got this is a 10 card spread. This is the big picture spread. It looks a bit like the Celtic cross, like a 10-card Celtic cross. So the position 1 is what is the heart of the matter. Position 2 is what will either help or block your progress. Position 3 is the mystery that might be hidden. Position 4 is what should you be aware of. Position 5 is what is happening recently. Position 6 is what is coming next. Position 7 is what message do the cards have for you. Position 8 is how are you seeing yourself. Position 9 is what is one thing that you might wish for. And position 10 is what is one possible outcome. Then it gives you some joint spreads. So it's got the compatibility and cooperation spread, which is a 5-card spread. The challenges and connection spread, which is another 5-card spread. So this is a tarot activity spread. It's more like a game by the looks of it. Then it talks about storytelling, matching up, and tells you how to store your deck safely. And when it outlines all of the cards, so for each card, it gives you the name of the card. It gives you, some keywords. And then it gives you a definition. So if I read out the Fool for you, just for an example, there doesn't seem to be any reverse cards in this particular book. So for the Fool, it says here, trust, hope, spontaneity and beginnings. Open to new adventure. The Fool heads towards the unknown. This adventure carries only what is needed, along with the white rose of innocence and a loyal dog for a companion. The Fool approaches a cliff edge without fear, for the chasm contains limited possibilities. The Fool signifies your potential as you undertake the soul's journey towards self-knowledge. This path winds its way through all the archetypes of the major arcana. The Fool's confidence enables you to start a new project or to try something familiar in a completely new way. Trust your instincts in this moment, casting outside the opinions of others. This card can also nudge you to break free from old habits that may be weighing you down. So that's the kind of way that it's worded. So it does that for each card in the major arcana. Then when it gets to the minor arcana, for each minor arcana, it gives you a little bit about the minor arcana. So for example, where it's got the Pentacles, it says here, the suit of Pentacles deals with our surroundings and what we make of them, how we create them, transform them and grow to them. And then it just gives you smaller explanations. So it's got one which would be the Ace of Pentacles, beginnings, new projects, new connections. When it says here, this is a new focus in your life, a project, connection or subject of study. Follow your curiosity and remain open to where it might lead. Let go of what you think should happen so you are open to surprising twists and turns. And again, there's no reverse. It does that for the whole of the minor arcana. The wands represent actions, inspiration, choices and travel, new ideas and insights, channel energy into our daily pursuits, making us feel alive. So it does that for the cups as well, and obviously the swords. And then at the end, it's got here, written and illustrated by Elizabeth Haidle. Elizabeth Haidle lives in Oregon, USA, and specializes in non-fiction comics. She is the art and editorial director at Illustrilla magazine. Her illustrations have appeared in Parrot, The Girl Who Named Pluto, and the science fiction graphic novel The Pipers. She has also written and illustrated a series of comic books about famous authors and illustrators, looking at the connection between early childhood experiences and ideas. So that's the little book that comes with the deck. Now let's look at the cards. So as I said earlier, the cards didn't come in any plastic, which is good for the environment. They just come with like a little holder here, and I have put them in, I have repacked the cards into my order for the minor arcanas. So these are the backs of the cards. Aren't they gorgeous? They're not reversible. They've got the sun and the moon at the back. If I compare them to a regular RWS card, this is a Baron Weight deck. They're slightly longer and slightly wider. They're like a matte finish, and they've got nice, you know, rounded edges. So let's flip through these cards. Okay, so you've got the Fool. They're very simplistic. And I feel that you can use this deck for either children or adults, because I do like simple cards. And as you know, I'm teaching my grandchildren tarot as well. So I think this card is for both adults and children and new beginners. I think it's a taste as well. If you like a simple deck, this deck may also appeal to you. So you've got the Fool, you know, you've got the Rose, you've got the Dog, you've got the Pathway, you've got the Cliff. So you can see some Rider-Waite-Smith kind of elements there. You've got the Magician, and you know, he's looks like he's in a field here, so he's in greenery. He's got all his tools on the table for each suit. So he's got the wands, the swords, the pentacles, and the cups. This is the High Priestess, and she's been changed to the Dreamer. You can see she's got the moon in her dress. The Empress. She's wearing the garden on her head, embracing nature. This is the Emperor. He's got a very structured face. He looks very serious, doesn't he? The Mentor, this would be the Hierophant in a traditional deck. Unity would be the Lovers. I like how they're both entwined there. Looks like the serpent there, doesn't it? So this is the Chariot, black and white sea dolphins. It looks like it's undersea because you've got the fish there as well. Strength. God, she's really trying to prise the mouth open there, the lion, rather than embrace it. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. You know, so it's trying to be impartial there. We've got the Scales. Surrender, this would be the Hangman in the traditional tarot deck. Rebirth, that would be Death. Balance, that will be Temperance. Greed, that will be the Devil. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. And the Sun. As I said before, I do like the simple illustrations. This card here is Justice. Change to Ideas. And then you've got the World. And you've got each of the suits at the corner. Now, the suits to me are a bit pippish, which I don't mind because I'm trying to embrace pips this year. So I think this is kind of like a good way for me, who finds pips quite a challenge, to embrace them. So you've got the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Four, Five of Wands, Six of Wands. So you got the wreath there for the victory and stuff like that. Seven of Wands, standing her ground. Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, and 10 of Wands. So it's kind of semi-pippish, but it's still good. And then the court cards have been changed. So the Page is now the Apprentice of Wands. The Queen is the Guardian. And the King is the Sage. So moving on to the suit of cups. You've got the Ace of Cups, or the 1. The 2 of Cups. It's like a dating card. The 3 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. This is an interesting depiction of the 4 of Cups. I have to read up about this to try and see what it means. The 5 of Cups. You know, that's like focusing on your sorrow, not looking what's, you know, what's there behind. 6 of Cups. It's like a mother and child hen, or a parent and child hen, bird. 7 of Cups. Choices there. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. There also seems to be quite a few animals in this deck as well, which is nice. And 10 of Cups. Then moving on to the court cards, you've got the Apprentice, which is the page. It's a fish out of water there. You've got the Steward of Cups, which would be the Knight of Cups in this additional deck. You've got the Guardian of Cups, which would be the Queen of Cups in this additional deck. And you've got the Sage of Cups, which would be the King of Cups in this additional deck. Moving on to the suit of swords. You've got the Ace of Swords, or the 1. The 2 of Swords. It's interesting because they're kind of balancing there. Toying with what decision to make. Wow, the 3 of Swords. Looks like her faults are being controlled by the heart, or linked to the heart, or something like that. 4 of Swords, taking a rest. 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords. 7 of Swords. 8. This is very loosely bound, isn't it? 9 of Swords. That looks like someone that's claustrophobic there. And 10 of Swords. Moving on to the court cards, you've got the Apprentice of Swords, which is the page. The Steward of Swords, which is the knight. The Guardian of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. And the Sage of Swords, which will be the King of Swords in this additional deck. So moving on to the final suit, which is the suit of Pentacles. You've got the Ace. You've got the 2 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles. The 5. 6 of Pentacles. That's a generous flower there. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, wearing her wealth or his wealth on that cloak. 10 of Pentacles. Then you've got the Apprentice, which will be the page. The Steward, which is the Knight of Pentacles. The Guardian of Pentacles, which is the Queen. And the Sage of Pentacles, which is the King. So, let's see how these cards shuffle. Oh, they shuffle lovely. Really smooth shuffling. So, what are my first impressions? I like the minimalistic aspect of this deck. I mean, some people might say it's childish, you know, but I would say that you can use it for all ages, like as the title suggests, because some people don't like fuss in their decks for this like simple kind of design, you know, designs. It's kind of got animals in it too, so if you're an animal lover, this deck might also be pleasing to you. But for me, you know, I think it will be a good way for me to embrace pips, because I do find pippish decks quite challenging. I'll have to work with this deck first before I form a final opinion about this deck, and I can't always do that by flipping through the cards. I have to work with the deck and see how I connect with the deck, you know, via my energies. But I will leave a link for this deck in the description bar should anybody be interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.